Hi, I'm Kathy Jones, president of the League of Women Voters of Alabama. Alabama Values has provided a lot of toolkits that organizations like ours are using to help get clear messaging about why fair maps is so important, and also helping us to organize and bring in partners from across the state to be able to participate in forums that help people understand some of the issues that face Alabama. Later on into the beginning of 2022, we worked together with the Alabama Voting Rights Coalition. And that was we really were focused on trying to get legislation passed, also to educate voters about the challenges that exist for disenfranchised citizens who've been left out of the voting process and may not even know it. And so once again, Alabama Values stepped in to provide educational materials that would help people understand the issues that are facing so many of our neighbors. And then later on in the spring, the League of Women Voters of Alabama had a forum with the Secretary of State, and it was the GOP primary election in May. And so we had a forum, and we asked Alabama Values if they would help us with the recording and the production and live streaming of this educational forum. And that really was made it possible because we did not have that capability. And so that having someone that we knew and we trusted to be able to come in and help us make that happen was really huge for us to be able to help educate the voters about the candidates and also what was the Secretary of State's job, because a lot of people have not really focused on that because of the way the election systems are set up. There's a lot of uncertainty, maybe in lack of awareness of how critical the Secretary of State's job is. Throughout the whole process, Alabama Values is providing a connection between us and all the other organizations and with the people of Alabama to bring us all together and provide clear, understandable language that we can all share and communicate with others. But having someone who is a professional to help us create the toolkits is something that we don't have in our organization. Not to say we couldn't get it, but to be able to have someone who is, basically bridging the gap between the organizations like the League of Women Voters and other groups to make it relatable to the people that we need to reach, that we don't have in our organization. One of the things we realized is that, we needed to really come on strong to be able to get the attention of the voters and of the leaders, elected leaders. And so, there was a multi-pronged effort to get out and attend and testify at the public hearings in September. And then after that, we knew that, this would happen really quickly because there was a constraint of the data wasn't available till August. And then we needed to be able to get out in front of the legislature before they called their special session and start planning an event. And so when we did that, the League approached Alabama Values and several other groups about let's do this. And so once we talked about having a series of forum that would, for one thing, allow people to bring their examples of fair maps to the table and to be able to then start evaluating what the state put on the table. Alabama Values was key in helping plan the forums and then be able to moderate them. I know we split off and had different people moderating different events, and also reaching out to people who we wanted to bring in as special, giving special testimonials on how redistricting would help us to be able to to be able to give real life examples of how gerrymandered districts affect people. I appreciate having a group that is focused on Alabama, and so trying to help us be able to communicate collectively rather than each of us coming up with our own talking points. And I think that's going to be really strong for us in the future as we start fighting for voting rights in Alabama.